Welcome to the e-learning video about the hour overview. If you go to the left side to the clock and then to the hours overview, you then see the hours overview. It is always opened in the current period and here you can switch to a different period. We are now going to switch to a different period. What do we see here? You see a lot of columns, a lot of rows. The rows are one per employee and the columns are all the information about this employee for that period. On the top you see the names of the columns, you see the contract, you see information about the contract of the employee, you see hours for base. Those are all the hours in the period that count towards the hours that they are supposed to make in their contract. The base, that is their contract, where they're supposed to work. Calculations, so these are allowances or overtime hours or minus hours. You see the balances, so the time off in lieu balance and annual leave balance, and at the end you see payout, so allowances that are paid out. If we then take a more detailed look, this is the information that you can see. You can see employee number, last name, first name, the type of contract that this person has. You see the start date of that last contract, the days per week and hours per week. After that you see worked hours. So this person has worked 4 days and 32 hours in this period. The column after you see holiday. So what hours did they use for annual leave? For instance, here you can see that this person has used 24 hours for annual leave. The columns after that combine the columns before. So in this particular example, you can see that this person has worked 16 hours. They had 24 hours of annual leave. Together, that's 40. In the column next to that, you see what they were supposed to work according to their contract. And this person has a contract of 38 hours, which means that they worked 2 hours overtime. This person has worked on Sunday, and apparently on Sunday there is a 50% allowance. They worked 8 hours, so they get 8 times the 50% allowance. Then we see the time off in lieu balance. So this is the balance of the last period when it was locked. And here you can see that this person has worked 2 hours extra. So they are added to the time off in lieu balance. And here you can see that this is their new balance. If someone wants to have hours paid out from the time off in lieu balance, you would see that in this column. If you continue on to the right, you see the annual leave balance. This is the balance from the last locked period. This is the hours that were added for this period. And here you can see again the 24 hours of leave that this person has taken that we talked about before. And here you can see the current balance. And on the right side you see allowances that are paid out. In this case, the 8 times of 50% allowance paid out on Sunday are here. So what you want to do when you're checking the hours overview is you want to check all the information in there to see if you're ready for payroll. First thing you're going to start with is the notifications. So on the top you see notification that has to do with contracts. And this can be that someone has a contract that has ended but has registered hours after the end date, or this person has no contract at all. And here you can see that for this employee, you see that this person has registered hours, but there is no contract. And you can also see that this employee is missing from this overview. We cannot calculate their contract and plus and minus hours if there is no contract. So that's why this person is not shown until you fix the problem with the contract. The second thing you want to check when checking the hours overview is if you see things that stand out. And that is especially true for the plus-minus column. So a plus of 2 is very normal, but if you see a plus of 100 or a minus of 100 in a period of 4 weeks, then you know that someone has forgotten to do something when registering hours or approving hours. After you checked the hours overview, you can go on to payroll and you can lock this period. So in summary, the hours overview is meant to give you an overview of all the hours worked or taken leave by employees before you do the actual pay run. In following e-learning videos, we will tell you more about the contract and how we end up with the contract base, and about the different allowances that are possible in Dyflexis. Thank you for watching.